Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, as-salatu wa-salam ala rasulillah. Brothers and sisters, we are back. It is time to learn some more Arabic, and we're still up here. And we want to let you brothers and sisters know, we are building, we are growing, we are learning. Let's get to the classroom and let's see what we can get for today.
All right, brothers and sisters, here we go. New class, new lesson. New stuff. So let's get started here. We're going to be continuing where we left off last time. Well, it's not as if we're going to just like start a whole new thing, like we're going to start teaching English. Yeah, that's just my way of breaking the ice here with a little joke. Anyway, الضمائر المنفصلة. الضمائر المنفصلة. Now, الضمائر basically means pronouns. Pronouns. And everybody should know by now that a pronoun is that which replaces the actual name for something or refer to something. Okay? And there are different types. You have al-ghaib. Al-ghaib is that which is not present in the conversation. For example, huwa meaning he, hiya meaning she, huma meaning the two of them, hum meaning them, and hunna meaning them, but for females. Now these are the dumir al-ghaib. So this is referring to those which refer to those who are not present in a particular conversation. And here is an example. Huwa talibun. He is a student. Huwa tilmidun. Huwa tilmidun. Now, if we want to use another pronoun, hiya, which means could be referred to as she, but it could mean other things too. We're going to talk about that later on. Hiya tilmidatun. Hiya tilmidatun. She is a student or a female student. But then we have huma. Now we didn't talk too much about huma, and we are going to, inshallah ta'ala, in the very near future. But when you have huma, this is referring to two. This is referring to two. Now it could be mu'annith or it could be mudhakkar. All right, brothers and sisters. So we're referring to two things, two students, two mothers, two fathers. Let's take a look. Huma talibani. And we also have here huma talibatani. Huma talibatani. And we're going to talk more about that at a later date, but right now at least you're aware of it. Then we have hum. Now hum in the English translation or equivalent to it would probably be they. Now they would not be in a present conversation. You'd be speaking about them and you would say hum talamidun. They are students. Now, the last one is hunna, which is the same thing as hum. In English, it would be they also, but this particular they or hunna, you would be speaking only about females. Hunna talamidatun. Hunna talamidatun. They are students. Okay, let's go to the next one. Al-mutakallimu. Now, these are those who are referred to the actual speaker, the one who is talking. There would only be two here, and it would be ana, and ana could be for someone who is a male or a female. For example, ana tilmidun. I am a pupil. Ana tilmidun. Or it could be ana tilmidatun. I am a pupil, a female pupil, and you can use ana for either one that you want. As for nahnu, it does more than one thing. Let's talk about the first one, and that is to refer to two things. For example, we mentioned huma. You could say nahnu tilmidani. We are two students, and you could use nahnu because it's we. Or it could say نحن تلميذتان. So as you can see, نحن could refer to two as well. نحن تلميذان, meaning we have two students, or we are two students, or نحن تلميذتان. There you go. Or it could be plural, meaning three or more. نحن تلميذات, or it could be نحن تلاميذ. Both of them are plural and they are referring to three or more. So نحن has a little bit of versatility in that it would refer to both, referring to two or referring to three or more. Now, we've got another division here, and that is the division of al-mukhatibu. Al-mukhatibu. Now, this is referring to a person you are speaking to them. Would they be anta? Would they be anti? Would it be antuma? Or would it be antum? Or would it be antunna? Now, anta, anti, antuma, antum, or antunna. Now, if it is anta, you are speaking to a male and it is singular. Okay, you are speaking to a male and it is singular. For example, anta tilmidun mutafawwiqun. Anta tilmidun mutafawwiqun. Okay, you are an exceptional student. What if it was anti? Anti. Well, let's look at an example. Anti tilmidhatun mutafawwiqatun. Anti tilmidhatun mutafawwiqatun. Okay, brothers and sisters? And then it would be, if it was antuma, referring to two of them, it would be antuma. And an example of that would be, if we can get something up here, bismillah, let's see if this thing is working. Okay. Antuma talibatani mutafawwiqatani. Antuma talibatani mutafawwiqatani. You two students are exceptional. And then we have antuma talibani mutafawwiqani. So the first one would be mu'annath and the second one would be mudhakkar. So you're speaking to two, not three, and not one. It's specific. See how specific the Arabic language can be? Antuma talibatani mutafawwiqatani. Now, if you are speaking to two females, but if you are speaking to two males, it would be antuma talibani mutafawwiqani. And there you have it, brothers and sisters. It shows you how versatile it can be. Now, next one, antum. Antum would be used when you are speaking directly to multiple people. Antum tullabun mutafawwiquna. So you've got a group of people, you've got 3 or 4 or however many it is, and you would say you, meaning the group of you, not just a single individual. Antum tullabun mutafawwiquna. But then we have antunna. Antunna. Now you are speaking directly to females now. This is the female version of antum. So it would be antunna talibatun mutafawwiqatun. Antunna talibatun mutafawwiqatun. And that's how we do it, brothers and sisters. Now that we've gone over all of these pronouns, certainly you didn't think we went over that for nothing, right? We got to use these pronouns to see if you've got the proper understanding of it. And if not, then we can see if we can help you out. Okay, we are going to be transferring some of these pronouns into plural. Let's get started. Huwa talibun. Huwa talibun. Now, obviously here, this is singular. Huwa talibun. Now, if we want to turn it plural, it would become hum tullabun. Hum tullabun. So it would kind of translate like he is a student. Huwa talibun. And that would become hum tullabun. They are students. Huwa here becomes hum, and talibun becomes tullabun. So this is how we're going to work the next couple of examples, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. Hiya talibatun. Hiya talibatun. Hiya talibatun. Now, if you've got hiya, what would it become? It would become what? Now, because hiya is mu'annith, and of course it is mufrad, it is singular. So therefore, if we want it to be a plural, it would become hunna. Hunna talibatun. Hunna talibatun. And there you have it, brothers and sisters. Hiya, which is mufrad, which is singular, becomes hunna. But we also have to deal with the talibatun, which is clearly singular. So if we want this to be proper, it would be hunna talibatun. Hunna talibatun. So hiya would refer to just one student, but hunna is referring to 3 or more, not 2, but 3 or more. In English, 2 is plural. And we'll talk more about that later. Okay. Anta talibun. You are a student. But if you want to speak to plural people, it would be antum tullabun. Anta, you. Anta talibun. But if you are going to be speaking to a group of people, it would become antum tullabun. Tullabun. And that's all it is, brothers and sisters. Not too difficult, is it? Provided you know the words, inshallah, it shouldn't be too difficult. And that's how the Arabic language is. That's why I have no doubt that if Allah gives you the tawfiq or the success, then you are going to learn this language on a high level, inshallah ta'ala. Now, next up, anti. Okay, right away, we're speaking to who? Female. Anti talibatun. Anti talibatun. You are a female student. Anti talibatun. And that would become antunna talibatun. Antunna talibatun. Anti would translate or transfer if it was going to be a plural, because this is anti, this is referring to a single individual, a female that you are speaking to. Anti talibatun, as if in a conversation. Or if you're in a conversation and there happens to be 3 or more females, you would say antunna talibatun. And there you have it, brothers and sisters. Pretty simple. I remember when I was learning the Arabic language in the very beginning, I had a teacher, his name was Abdul Alim, and he was teaching, and it just looked like it was so abstract, but just stay with it and you're going to start to see the clouds are going to part and it's going to become real clear to you. Let's see if we can make the next example clear to you. Ana talibun. I am a student. And that would become nahnu tullabun. Nahnu tullabun. Ana talibun. I am a student. Ana, of course, means I. talibun. So talibun would be referring to that which is singular and of course mudhakkar. But if you want to turn it into a plural, it becomes nahnu. Nahnu, we. Tullabun. Nahnu tullabun. We are students. And that's how you would use that particular pronoun. But now, let's take a look. What happens if there happens to be a female who is speaking? Would that make much of a difference? Well, we've got an example down below. Let's see if it does. Ana talibatun. Ana talibatun. As you can see, it doesn't make much of a difference. Nahnu talibatun. Nahnu talibatun. Because ana and nahnu would be suitable for both a male speaker and a female speaker. So there you have it, brothers and sisters. Now we're going to go off to the next lesson because we've completed this particular one, and we are going to lesson number 16. Okay, let's take a look and see what we've got here. All right. Bismillah. Let's read. Now we're going to be looking at something that's very, very important here, brothers and sisters. And this is going to be about referring to plural things. Plural things. Now we've learned a lot of stuff about referring to plural individuals. Let's talk about plural things. Okay? Let's look at this conversation. Al-Mudarrisu says, Liman hadhihi al-aqlamu ya Muhammadu. Liman hadhihi al-aqlamu ya Muhammadu. Now, we're going to start off here. We have the lamu jar. Okay? And we have liman. So we're asking whose is, like who owns this? And then we have, of course, we're looking for a person here, not a kitty cat or anything like that. And then we have hadhihi. Hadhihi. Now this is mu'annith. That's interesting, isn't it? Because we have al-aqlamu. Now al-aqlamu actually is plural for qalamun. Qalamun. See, hadhihi refers to not only a single individual female, but also for plural things. Plural things. And then we round out the sentence with ya an-nida and Muhammadu, which is al-munada. All right. Once again, we have here liman hadhihi al-aqlamu ya Muhammadu. Okay, after the ya and nida, we have Muhammadu, which of course would not be Muhammadu, Muhammadun or Muhammadin, just Muhammadu. All right. Liman hadhihi al-aqlamu ya Muhammadu. So as you can see, it is referring to that which is plural, but plural things. Then Muhammadu weighs in and he says, Hiya li ya ustadhu. Interesting response. Hiya li ya ustadhu. Hiya is referring to what? Hadhihi. Very good, brothers and sisters. Hiya is referring to hadhihi, because hiya will refer to that which is jama' ghayr aql, or that which is plural and they are things. Hiya here is referring to hadhihi. So it would be hiya li. It is mine. Ya ustadhu. Hiya is referring to hadhihi, meaning the pens. Al-Mudarrisu says, Hiya jamilatun jiddan. Hiya jamilatun jiddan. Now, it would have to be jamilatun, right? Because you have hiya. Continuing, wa hadhihi al-kutubu al-jadidatu ahiya laka. Hiya jamilatun jiddan. And then it continues, wa hadhihi al-kutubu al-jadidatu أهي لك. Now, kutub is plural for kitab, which is singular. Now we have hiya here, which is obviously mu'annith. Hiya jamilatun jiddan. Then we have وَهَذِهِ الْكُتُبُ. Now it has to be هَذِهِ because you're referring to plural books. It would not be, if it was just kitab, it would be هذا, but you're referring to the plural form of books. وَهَذِهِ الْكُتُبُ, and then the not here is al-jadidatu, would have to be al-jadidatu because it follows behind the man'ut, and the man'ut is al-kutubu. Okay, so they both have the alif lam and they both have the dhamma, and that is clear there. But because it is plural, it would be وَهَذِهِ الْكُتُبُ الْجَدِيدَةُ. And then you have the hamza istifhamiyya, because you're going to ask a question here. أَهِيَ لَكَ أَهِيَ لَكَ. Now you notice when you have the plural form of things, it would be referred to as hiya, or hadihi, and things of this nature. So it becomes ahiya. Now this dumir here is referring to the plural form of things, not people. Important point. Not people. Important point. Not people. Important point. Did I say that 3 times? Ahiya is referring to al-kutub. Al-kutubu. Ahiya laka. And Muhammadu then comes back and says, La. Hiya lihamidin. Hiya lihamidin. That they belong to Hamid. Okay? And then Al-Mudarrisu says, Aina dafatirukum ya ikhwanu. Aina dafatirukum ya ikhwanu. Where are your notebooks, oh my brothers? Aliyu then comes back and he says, Hiya huna ala hadha al-maktabi. Aina dafatirukum. Now, dafatirukum is plural for daftarukum. Dafatirun would be plural for daftarun, which means notebook. So it would be dafatirukum. So now you're dealing with something that is plural. Aina dafatirukum. Ya and nida. Ikhwanu. Ikhwanu, which is the munada. All right. Now, if you've got dafatirukum, we know that this is plural. So then you will be you could respond to it by saying, Aina dafatirukum ya ikhwanu. You could say, Hiya huna. It is here. It is here. We replaced dafatirukum with hiya. This is a pronoun referring to it, like we say, where are your notebooks? And then somebody says, well, in English it would be, they are here. But in Arabic it would be hiya. You would refer to it with hiya, just as you're referring to something which is a single female, but here hiya refers to plural things. Hiya huna ala. Ala is harfu jar. هذا اسم إشارة المكتبي, which would be اسم مجرور. So that's why it is المكتبي and not المكتبو or anything else of this nature. هي هنا. It is here. على هذا المكتبي. And there you have it, brothers and sisters. Now, you might be a bit confused because we didn't take enough examples, but we're going to do that next class, inshallah ta'ala, and we are going to try to drive this particular point home so that it becomes second nature. Wa jazakumullahu khaira.
Brothers and sisters, I wanted to mention to you about my being here. Remember when we started, we only had just a few words in our vocabulary, and look where we are now. That's what I wanted to give to you, the message. We take one step at a time, one step, one step, one step. And then before you know it, you are up at a high place. And that's where we're trying to go with this Lughat Al-Arabiyya, the Arabic language. So we're going to pick it up next time, inshallah ta'ala. Don't forget, one step at a time. Assalamu alaikum.
قاف كاف لام ميم نون هواوية ألف باء تاء ثاء جيم حاء خاء دال راء زاي سين شين صاد ضاد طاء